welcome to Krafting Kitty. My name is Erin and it's Saturday, so it is time for my weekly roundup. What's a weekly roundup? It's basically where we go through my week in crafting, and I think my ring light just flashed, so if you saw something funny, could have been the ring light. Go through my week in crafting. I show you finished objects, FOs, any whips, works in progress that I might have. This week, I don't have any finished objects to show you. That's just how it goes sometimes. I should have a finished object for you next week, though, and I'm so excited for it. I am stoked. And yeah, there is going to be 2 items I might have mentioned on the channel that you're not going to see today. First of all, my Twists and Turns MKAL, I know I have mentioned that. It's the Stephen West project that I've been slowly working through. I didn't work on it at all this week, so I'm not gonna show that. The other one is I did start a new car project. I'm doing the Spiral Eyelet cowl. I believe it's from Wonderland Yarns. It's a free pattern. I got it off of Ravelry, and it'll be linked down below. My first project I have, first, I just want to thank everyone for coming to our live podiversary last night. We had a blast. I hope you all had a blast too. It was so much fun, and there are 3 replay giveaways, so please watch it if you get a chance and enter to win those. I will draw them next week on the 17th, which in our house is known as Leprechaun Day. The kids love leprechauns. They're so excited. Okay, but in other news, I have continued to work on my Sophie. I got very, very close to finishing part 6 this week. I am roughly halfway through the final row. Where am I? Right here. So I'm right here, and I just have this short row to finish, and then one more long row, and I'll be done. This will be done very soon. For next week, my goal will be to start and hopefully get through halfway of part 7, but I haven't looked at the pattern, so I don't know if that's feasible or not, but it's so pretty. This is kind of corally, and in parts it looks more orange. It was the orange I used in my cottagecore mosaic. So in that, it did read very orange. In here, it's reading more pink, but I think it's because it's up against a pink. This is line brand Pound of Love in sea salt or Himalaya salt. It basically reminds me of the pink Himalayan salt. I think that's what they were going for. But yeah, here she is. I continue to be very proud of her. This is the first time I've done a blanket of this style, and I've really wanted to do one for a long time, so it's fun. And I just love that I'm using scrap yarn to do it, because you're taking, it's living in a Lion Brand Santa sack because it is gigantic and it fits. So yeah, let's get you in there. Once that is done, I'll get a picture of it and I'll get my little short made and we'll get that posted. So the other project I'm doing is this crochet shawl. This is, I'm following a BagODay pattern, the Butterfly Effect shawl. It's basically a pebble stitch or an up and down stitch shawl, and it's so pretty. So I am roughly, I believe, halfway through now. I don't know. I've worked through the solid yellows, and the green has just started to incorporate, and this is very fun. It is much wider than I thought it was going to be. Look at that. I'm like maybe half done, and this is how wide it is. But I do know each row now is taking so much more yarn, so it's not, I don't think it's going to end up that much wider, but this is so fun, and this has been so pretty. I am so excited to see this work up. So here's what's left of the cake. And then this is Etrafil Republic. So it's 100% recycled cotton. On this one, it is very nice. It's been very nice to work with. Other item I have to show is the thing I think will be finished next week. It is in my lovely dot bag that Linda McMurtry made for me. Thank you, Linda. And inside it is another bag, because for some reason I decided to shove this skein into this bag even though I knew it didn't fit. So I've got a Bridget bag from Queen Crafts by Bridget in here. This is her 100-gram sock bag. This is a 100-gram skein of yarn, but it's made for cakes. It perfectly fits a cake. I didn't cake this yarn up. I just shoved the skein in. I don't know what I was thinking. It actually fit pretty well when I put it on its side, but you can't have it on its side as you're working with it because you can't pull the yarn out. So I had to stick it through like this. But frankly, if you stick it through like this and then snap those two snaps on the side, it holds it snugly. It's nice and snug. Anyway, I'm going to stop blabbering about that and show you I have started my toe decreases. This is my other DPN. And so she tells you to use either, I can't think of the word. The method. Use a big, long magic loop. Either use magic loop or DPNs. I really don't like magic loop. I've tried it a couple of times. Having all that extra cord really annoys me. So I can't do it. So I switched to my DPNs and it's going. I've already said I think this sock is absurdly sized for my foot, but I did slip my foot in the top, very carefully because I didn't want to poke these too much. And it does fit over the foot nicely. So it might actually end up being usable on my foot, but we're going to see. So basically, I thought about swatching and all that, but I had watched Stephen West had a video where he was talking about starting your sock journey because this is going to be the year of socks for him. And he had said, I don't bother swatching. I make the sock. The sock is my swatch. You fine tune from there. You make a sock, you figure out what's working, what doesn't work, and on your next one, you make it better. So that's what I'm doing. I also realized, and I don't know why I didn't realize this at the beginning, but I'm following the Crazy Sock Lady's Vanilla Sock on 9-inch circular needles tutorial on YouTube. You can also get the print pattern. It's like $2 on Ravelry, but the tutorial handles everything. But she's using US ones. I, for some reason, am not. This yarn recommended US 3s, which is a 3.25, a 3.25 millimeter needle, and that's a 2, where's my ones? Okay, so a 1 is a 2.25 millimeter needle. I do have a 1. I got some Haya. I got a bunch of different types of needles to try to see what I liked better, but this yarn suggests a US 3, so I just grabbed that and started going. And I didn't realize until she got out her DPNs and said the size of DPNs that I'm basically using a needle that's a full millimeter larger than the pattern. So for it to be so off in size is not surprising. So I'd be very curious to remake this sock using the size she recommends in needles, because I do think the yarn will tolerate a smaller needle. But this does make a lovely stretchy fabric with the size 3s. So, I'm not sure what to think. I think I will maybe redo this. So I'm going to do the second sock exactly the same. So I have a pair of the same socks. But maybe I'll look for the next yarn to be a yarn that wants the size 1 needle. So I can try the size 1 needle. But I enjoyed working with the size 3 on these, and it wasn't too bad or crampy on my hand. At first, I had to get used to my pinky position on the 9-inch circulars, but once I got that down, it was pretty smooth sailing. And I am doing the toe decreases. You decrease to 16 stitches on each needle. Right now, I'm on 20. So I am so close to finishing the toe decreases, and then I believe it's going to end with a Kitchener stitch, and we're done. So I have just a few rows left and one sock will be done. And then I will begin sock 2. So I do find I lose DPNs a lot. So I do just stick it through my fabric and make it have a home. She didn't tell you to do this in the pattern, but when we switched to the DPNs, I did put a green stitch marker on the front and a red on the back, just so I know. Although, I mean, the heel, it's pretty obvious which side is the back of the sock. But you never know. Sometimes when you're just working in the round, you might not pay attention to what's happening, 5 inches ago on your sock. But it's moving along. It's progressing. I am so excited. I'm actually going to leave that right here because it's such a small bag. Okay, the other item that is progressing very nicely is my unicorn blanket for Bingo. I have just 30 rows left on it, and it is all just the horn graph. So the bulk of the work is done on this. She has told me she wants a border, so I'll finish these rows and add a border, but this should be done relatively soon as well. So this is a Magic Pixel Designs graph that I found. I found it through Pinterest, and then I think that sent me to her website, and that's where I got it. It's really just graphs, and then she describes to you how to do it and suggests either single crochet, half double crochet, or C2C. I did half double crochet, and I'm really enjoying how it's turning out, and Bingo is excited, and she wants her unicorn blankie. So there. I think it turned out so fun. I am so happy with it. And so that's what I have left. So the last 4 rows are all just solid white. So I guess I have, 26 rows of color work. It's not like there's that much color work there. And then 4 rows solid white. Start the border. And we are done. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. So next I have my project that I'm working on for the Krafting Kitty Creator Spotlight for March, which is Spring, the Fiber Enthusiast. And I am making her Turbulent Skies shawl, and I'm going to be using Pastry Plus yarn from Hirschner's. This is a 3-weight 100% acrylic. I had used just the Pastry Puff yarn in the past, which has like 30% wool in it and is a 4-weight. This is a completely different animal. This colorway is umami, and it is beautiful. I love it. This also has been discontinued, which makes me sad, but they take the pretty yarns from us. But yeah, this is what I am making, which will be my giveaway item to one of the winners for this month's Creator Spotlight. And here's where I'm at. I have finished part 1, which I believe ended here with this light blue. And then I have begun part 2. This has been so much fun. This has been fun. It's a very nice tutorial to watch. I think she's a very, very good teacher. And I am so excited to see all the items people are sharing. So you can share your Creator Spotlight makes either in my Facebook group or on Instagram using the hashtag KKCreatorSpotlight323 for 3 March 23, or you can email me the pictures at craftingkitty@gmail.com. And so the number of winners will be based on the number of entrants we get. There's going to be at least 1 winner, and so far we've had between 2 and 4 winners every round. But that is all I'm going to show you in the realm of crafting today. So if you were just here for the crafty goodness, thank you for coming, and I will see you later. If you would like to hear about my reading and what's coming up for the rest of the week in the channel, hang around. So let's talk book first. I'm reading the book LVOE from Atticus. It's a poet that's a nom de plume. It's not their real name. It hasn't been released, so we don't know like gender or anything like that. To me, the writing is very masculine, so I am projecting a male author onto it, but I could be totally wrong. But I am greatly enjoying it. I am let me check the page numbers. I'm just starting chapter 4. There are 5 chapters in the book. Page 108. And there are 192 pages. So roundabout's halfway done. And here's something I just noticed. There is a very slight rainbow on the paper. Isn't that cool? It's the little things. So yeah, I very much enjoy the poetry of this book. It's very modern. Some of them are long, like this poem here is 2 pages long, but many of them are just a sentence. And yep, here, this one on page 96 is just a sentence. And it's great. It's wonderful. It's profound. It's each chapter is kind of centered around a particular topic. Chapter 4 is going to be soul, and S-O-U-L, not the bottom of your foot. And yeah, he starts, or I guess the author starts each chapter with a quote. Yeah, I highly recommend it if you are looking for, you know, some poems. It's modern poetry, so don't go in expecting metered rhymes and, you know, iambic pentameter sonnets or anything. It's very modern, free-flowing, free-form poems. But I think it's very good. My calendar, which I don't have a ton written. I'm sorry, Brad and I both kind of lost our voice after talking so much last night on the live, which is awesome. I will gladly do that. Okay, so tomorrow I mentioned on the live last night that I had a premiere order that I opened and filmed but haven't shown yet, and I gave away some of the yarn from it last night. So tomorrow I'm going to go ahead and release that. I don't have anything written down for Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. On Thursday, I'm going to do things we're making Thursday, and I have written down Spotlight Recap, so a Krafting Kitty Creator Spotlight Recap. I'm going to go ahead and move that recap to the 15th. So never mind, on Wednesday the 15th, I'll be doing a recap on the Krafting Kitty Creator Spotlight. Things we're making Thursday on Thursday. On Friday, we got a heck of a lot going on. I've got my Fridays with Fred. We're going to do another Poor Decisions with Brian. And then we're going to draw the winners for our Podiversary live replay winners. So there are 3 replay prizes up for grabs if you want to go watch that video, which brings us back to the next Saturday and our next weekly roundup. There will be things on Monday and Tuesday. I have an art project I'm hoping to do with the kids and film to show you guys, but I'm not going to make any promises because, you know, they're kidsos and things get wily. But I don't want that section. I want here. We're going to talk about my Crojo Corner crochet planner, monthly goals for March. Where's March? What? Did I not write down monthly goals for March? I could have sworn I did. What? Oh my goodness. I never wrote it down. Okay, I'm going to come back next week and we'll talk about my monthly goals. I did write down weekly goals. I wonder if I thought I wrote down, who knows what I was thinking. So my goals were Sophie part 6, to finish it. I did work on it. I'm roughly half a row from completing it. To continue working on my Fridays with Fred, I did. To finish the front cover of my pillow, which I did. To continue working on my socks, I did. To continue working on my butterfly effect shawl, I did. To continue working on the unicorn blanket, I did. To start my new car project, I did. To continue to work on my twists and turns, I did not. And last week I finally got wise and did not write down to do any tutorials or anything like that. So that's totally fine. I didn't miss that this week. So basically, we're going to have those same goals again for next week. But for the pillows, my goal is going to be to complete the back panel and sew them up. For Sophie, I would like to finish part 6 and start part 7. So that's really the only change. Otherwise, keep on keeping on. Well, thank you so much to everyone for joining. So the winners that I have to draw tonight. What did I have to do? Oh, it's the Joannes from last week's Poor Decisions when Brian and I did the Joanne's opening. So you've got until this evening, 5 p.m.-ish, to enter that if you still want to get in on that. It was cool. It was fun. It was interesting. Okay, all the winners of the lives. I've got a bunch of emails. I responded to some, not all. So if you have not gotten a response, don't panic yet. It's still early. I am going to start grabbing what I can to start packaging and get things going. Okay. Bye. We'll see you guys all later. Bye-bye. Have a great week.
So, I'm still editing the video, so I figured why not share with you a little bit of what's going on again today. I promise, Bingo was not watching any Elsa. At least not yesterday. Oh my goodness. I'm going to quick run to the back and show you the backyard too. And here you go. Here's the backyard. Going to go outside and it pops. Here they go. The backyard. Look at the size of these flakes. Oh, hi Lester. He's gonna go run now. Look at that. Oh, it's so peaceful and quiet. It's amazing. They're buddies. I'm not going to fan too far over because the other pup's doing his business. What? Oh, here we go. Yeah, daylight savings tomorrow.